So, hi everybody. Hope everything is fine. Today I'd like to talk about the NeuralDSP Soldano SLO 100 plugin from a different perspective. There are lots of videos on the internet, talking about this amazing plugin. But today I'd like to talk about how good it is in feel and response and dynamics, and not really just about how good it is in tones, because all modelers can be very good in tones today. But what I've been amazed by with this is that it really reacts like if it was a tube amp. For the ones of you who are used to play through a tube amp, I'm sure you know what I mean. The most difficult things with modelers, the most unsatisfying thing, often, not always, is that you get great tone as when you hear recorded in a track, it's amazing, but when you play, it's different. It's something you're not used to. It's not the same way of the note is just not developing in the same way. It doesn't respond in the same way to the dynamics. Let me make an example. This is an Eric Johnson Strat. It's pretty stock. Let's say I go something like this, even if this is not the right guitar. Say listen how muscular this tone is, and how the note just develops in a very natural way. Say I turn the audio off, and it's the same thing. Just lower the volume of my guitar. You get the point. It's really. Even if I get volume full up on the Strat. Okay, this is on a Strat. You see how dynamic this thing is. It really responds in an incredible way, in my opinion. But let's try this with an unboxed guitar. So I'm gonna take, my PRS CE24 from 1997. Very nice guitar, 57 weight guitars. It was pretty much stock. Let's see the same thing. So let's fire back in the overdrive. Let's share what we got here. if I switch the overdrive off, let's see how it cleans. This is an humbucker, okay, so. Full volume up. So see, we're not getting really an incredible cleanup with humbucker. So let's switch to the crank channel and see if it's on the crank. We've got nothing going on the pedals. I'm using an IR here, while I was using stock cab 57 and 1 on the other tone. This is an IR. This is a Greenback 25 4x12 vintage Redwirez IR with Z curve blended in, so I disabled the EQ, in which I've got this little cut going on here on the low mids to properly simulate or try to simulate an impedance curve. So let's switch this off because we don't need it here. Let's see how it sounds. Gain is cranked, master is not cranked, with some presence going on, some treble, some mid, some cut on the bass. Let's see. And you may hear how dynamic it is now. I kick in an overdrive. This is the crank channel, so let's see how it sounds. So very, very dynamic, even with the gain maxed out on the crank channel, and it's got this I don't know, it's pretty much, responsive. Now for the last part of this video, let's switch to the clean channel, and let's see how it behaves. Nothing going on the pedals, you can see. I'm still using the same IR as before, and gain is maxed out, no bright switch, everything is more or less in the middle, and the master is cranked, and the presence is a little bit high. I keep the depth control at 4, but can be very useful. But and this is a clean channel. If I engage an overdrive, maybe let's crank the level a little. So. Yeah. I'm not going on this. So, yeah, that's amazing. This is the clean channel. I don't know. This is okay. This is an amp. I'm not getting this. I think all other software models have got. I don't get these many hardware models because I tried the XFX3 a couple of times because I do not own one. This impressive, and I think this is the most closest thing. In the way it reacts. Of course, not regarding the tone, the possibilities, and so on. Of course, it's just another universe, another price level also. But this is one amp. It doesn't sound really like the real SLO, but who cares? It sounds good. It can sound more British, more American. It's really versatile, and it responds like an amp. I never tried a real Soldano in the real world. Possibly one time. Yeah, well, possibly, maybe, at a festival in the 90s, it was an amp that I, found on the stage and that I used for playing 3 songs. It was something like 97, something like that. But I really do not remember how it. I remember a good tone, and this all was. There must be even a CD of that recording, which is a song of a cover of Italian prog band Area, which was Luglio, Agosto, Settembre Nero. That is played with the Soldano and with this guitar, with this very guitar. But it's played with an SLO. Yes, I think I remember this, but I don't remember, the amp. I was on a stage. It's more than 20 years ago. I don't remember. But on the other hand, yes, oh God, 97, 98, something like that. That's incredible how time goes by. Time goes by, man. Yeah. That's amazing, that's amazing. But that is it. So I actually played one once. They're very expensive, so I actually really felt like I actually really needed one, so I did not commit to spend that money. But man, this sounds good. This reacts like an amp. I mean, in a plugin, I have to say, for me, you may have different experiences, and your mileage may vary. But For me, this is the first time I get a real tube amp experience out of the plugin. I don't know if you agree, but to me this is invaluable. It's really fitting my way of thinking. And most important, this is one amp with a bunch of pedals and a couple of post effects. I'm committing these days to use just this, to stop trying 10, 15, 20 different amps from an amazing, enormous catalog of stuff. Because back in the days, we just got one amp. If you weren't a big name, you got one amp, maybe two. Me, I was lucky because I was for lots of time a Fender amp, a twin, and a couple of Marshall heads, one of which was this, which I bought in 2004, and which I sold in 2004. I sold it in 2004, and then I bought it back in 2021. This is exactly the same head. Yeah, it's it. And it was this, and then I also got some Mesa, so I got plenty of amps, but it was just a very limited choice. In most cases it was just one. You got a Marshall JCM 900, you had to do everything with it. The cleans, the crunches, the LEDs, everything. And you played with volume, you played with pedals. Nowadays we got all of the amps that man has created in the history within a box, which is amazing. But I feel so relieved. I mean, I feel, yeah, this is just one amp. I can do everything with it. It plays good. It plays amazing, as a matter of fact, not just good. And, well, it's fine. I can get Marshall tones out of it if I want, Mesa tones, because Mesas are mostly based on this, at least the rectifier stuff. But I can get Fenderish cleans, yes I can. I can get pretty much everything out of it. It's one amp. And this is saving me a lot of time, because it's very easy to dial in good tones. This is when an amp is good. You plug it in, all in the middle, you play a chord and you say, whoa, Jesus, yeah, that's good. That's makes me feel good. That's a great amp. To you, that's a great amp. This is what has done this plugin has done exactly this to me. Whatever I put the knobs, it's very difficult to play something. Okay, oh man, this is harsh, this is boomy, this is, I don't know. So, I'm not paid for doing this. I bought this with my money, but I think this is the reality. Have a wonderful day and cheers. See you next time.